Welcome back to the IU427 garage, everybody. We have gotten our panels back from the powder coater. I've got them kind of neatly stacked up right here on the table. We're going to go ahead, we're going to take those inside the shop, and we're going to start assembling all of the aluminum panels that go on our cockpit for the final time, I hope. Alright, so if you remember, this is where we left off with the last video. We've got everything inside the car pre-drilled and ready for the panels to go back in for the final time. I'm probably going to pull this panel out, the floor, and the floor panel out on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe down the entire chassis because you can see where we've drilled, we've got all of these aluminum shavings and metal shavings. We want to get all those off the surface. We also want to get all of the dust and debris and whatever else that has accumulated on the chassis out of here before we start placing our sealant in between the panels. And then we'll get on getting all these panels in and show you what it looks like. A little later in the day, we're a little farther along. You can see we're working on the back piece and the rear kind of door piece. We've got some clecos in place. What we are doing is we're making sure that we're securing all of the seams first so that we can get a nice tight fit between each panel. And then once those are done, we'll go back and then we'll fill in all of the structural rivets that are going to hold the panels onto the chassis. So it's a little kind of give and take because you have to still maneuver the panels a little bit because, you know, no matter what you do, they kind of never go back in the exact same spot. So keep your drill handy at this point because you may have to clean out some of the holes, not only for the powder coated buildup of the material, but also for a little bit of panel misalignment. All right, it is the next day. The final panels are in place. Have not pop riveted them yet, but I've got them in with all the clecos, so you guys will kind of get an idea of what they're gonna look like. But I'm just gonna let this, since I've already got the clecos in, I'm gonna let the silicone set up first, and then I'll go back and I'll clean up the holes with the drill, put the pop rivets in, and the cockpit will be done. Now, there are a few cockpit panels left to do. That'll be the tunnel top and back and front. But I'm gonna wait until we get the engine and transmission here on site, because a lot of times being able to reach down into the transmission tunnel and help maneuver the transmission down through there is a big help. And if you can hold off on putting those panels on the top for a while, do that. And then we'll address them later. But you can see it's all in place. I've got some quick clamps in place on the sides, on each of the sides, and then of course clecos holding the panel in at the bottom. But came out really nice. I want to thank Mrs. IE427 for coming out in the shop and helping me out. My back has just been killing me the last week, and so having her out here to kind of lighten up the load and do a lot of the pop riveting was a big help. Now, I know there are guys out there that are thinking about investing in a pop rivet gun. And up until this point, I've been, just a manual hand rivet kind of guy. But with my back being in the condition it's been in the last week and a half, that pop rivet, that automatic pop riveter from Milwaukee, I think it is starting to look awfully good. So I don't know. We'll see if we'll invest in something like that for the shop. Generally, I don't do this many panels all at once. So we basically did all the cockpit panels in an afternoon. And normally I spread it out over a couple of days, but having to kind of lean over may have been what kind of set my back condition in motion. And so I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a rest and not kill myself trying to get these panels in, but we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys are enjoying the content here, as always, please do the like, the share, the subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.